Two absolute legends in the EDM world, Alesso and Martin Garrix, just dropped a collab they've been working on for over 2 years. The track is called Inside Our Hearts, and it's one of those emotional, heartwarming songs that feels both personal and powerful. The kind of song that stays with you after the first listen. So today we are diving deep into the track, remaking the drop from scratch to uncover what makes it so emotionally. Let's get into it. We start with the chords. To match the vibe of the song, I didn't want the chords to sound too aggressive. They should feel a bit warmer and more flowing, so to speak. That's why I used a mix of organic instruments and synth layers. As the main sound, I went with this string patch from Nexus. It sits really nice in the mix and adds that soft, emotional feel without being too upfront. Then I layered it with that more organic kind of sound. And to support that, I added a soft piano layer underneath. Nothing too complex, just something to fill out the mids and give the chords a bit more body. While the piano and strings keep things warm and smooth, I needed something with a bit more edge, so I added this saw synth on top. And to round things off, I used this gated synth. It adds a nice rhythmic feel that fills the space between the main chords. For the effects I cut out a lot of the mids, as the lead was already quite mid heavy. And then of course some sidechain and OTT. And all together sound like this. Alright, so once I had the chords in place, I moved on to the mid-bass. In the original track, the chords are definitely there, but they are not super loud or upfront. It actually feels like Alesso and Martin Garrix pushed the mid-bass forward in the mix to carry more of the energy. So I tried to reflect that in my remake. Here's the mid-bass I built. It actually is a trance-based sound from Silent, which sounds like this. I noticed that just using one octave didn't feel quite right. It either sounded too empty or too muddy, but layering both a low and a slightly higher mid-bass really helped to round out the sound. For the effects I cut out the sub and used some distortion, cut out some of the highs, used sidechain and some OTT. Let's compare the mid-bass with and without effects. Now to the fun part, the lead. This is the hook that sticks in your head and kind of floats over everything else. To make the lead really big, I used a lot of layers, 8 in total, which I will show you now. I started with this violin sound from Flex. To give that energy in the mono field, I added this sound. But that mono lead needs some whiz to really shine, so I layered it with this super saw to open things up. Then I added a similar saw lead an octave lower. This next layer cuts through right at the top and gives the lead some kind of extra edge. And then I just added a piano to make it sound more organic again. And to finish the lead I added this layer which gives some more sharp high end frequencies. Perfect, after setting all the right volumes to each sound we get this fat lead. Now let's also go through the effects of the lead. I started by adding Decapitator to make it a bit more dirty, a classic low and high cut. Then I boosted some mids as the original lead also sounded quite mid heavy. Some reverb sidechained by the peak controller. And then I used a similar sidechain as with the chords and I also added some OTT. The leads without effects sound like this. And with the effects turned on like this. Great, and underneath all the synths, I just added a simple sine wave sub bass. So, now where the most important sounds are done, let's get into the FX and drum section. I first let you play everything together and then we dive into each element. I started with these two ambient sounds, a vocal ambience and a string. Then I used these white noise downlifters, a short fill, and for the drums I went with a kick, some drop claps, a clap, a snare, another clap to make it a bit longer, and then finally these two rides. And that's it guys, now let's check out the final result again. Leave a like if you enjoyed it and you can download the FLP for free in the comments as a little gift from me for your support. Thank you and we see us in the next one. Ciao.